The biggest thing I look back on to the old STAR days and what we continue to work on in the total reliability effort, we've tried these type of change management or improvement efforts before, where we bring in a consultant and they would spend a little bit of time in the field and they come up with all these conclusions and findings, and then they'd sit down with leadership here in the office and say, hey, these are all our findings, these are all the things you need to work on and improve. Well, prior to Sammy coming in and the whole STARS effort, we had never succeeded in actually sustaining one of those efforts, because what we realized in hindsight is you cannot change the field environment from the office, which is what we were trying to do. The big difference and the big success, and really what I think Sammy and this other consultant brought to the table, was the fact that not only did they go through the same gap analysis and come up with what we needed to improve upon and where the opportunities were, but you guys worked in the field in every location on a 14 and 14 basis where we're offshore, and on a 5 and 2 basis where we're onshore, and really helped with change management of following through with the program that was put together and the improvement opportunities that were there. So that was an expertise that really has allowed this whole effort to be sustainable, and frankly, it's changed the way we work. In fact, one of the most excited I get when I talk to people in the field about the changes that have come up is they say, well, we're really not doing anything different than we always were. The reality is they're working very different out there today. They're much more standardized across all the locations. We're much more focused on the things that are really important to the business as compared to trying to do it all somewhat well. We're trying to do a few things extremely well. But when the guys in the field say that we're not doing anything different, to me it tells me that's just the new way they work now. That's just the way things are. I mentioned earlier that one of the reasons we brought them in is not only for the change management expertise, but also for the subject matter expertise. And I must admit, I've probably seen between STARS and total reliability 8 or 10 different SAMI folks that have helped us out here at different times, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the quality of the folks. Not only do they have the subject matter expertise in improving maintenance operations in the organization, but they're all very good, just people kind of people. They're the kind of guys you enjoy spending time with, and we do on a number of occasions. That's one of the biggest things we've tried to do, is not only work together in the office, but get to know each other away from the office. And they're the kind of people you enjoy spending time with, so they have good people skills too, which I think is so critical to helping change the culture that has changed here in Shell over the last 3 years. When we started this pilot I referred to earlier, it was kind of the precursor to the whole STARS effort. I was actually an operations manager at the time, so I was the lucky recipient of the idea that our business wasn't as good as it could be, and it could be better. And so I'll be frank, my initial reactions were about like everybody else, is I don't necessarily believe that. I think we are a pretty good operator, and indeed we were, but I think what it helped me understand, and working with Sammy helped me understand, is that no matter how good you are, you can always be better. And even some of the things that you think you're best in class in, you may be very good at, but there's always another good idea out there. And Sammy was able to bring in their global experience with working with not only others in the oil industry, but frankly other industries in general. And they were able to bring in ideas and concepts that, here again, no matter how good we thought they were, or we were able to come up with ideas, and Sammy was able to help us see ideas and concepts that could help us be better. I think it's fair to say that Sammy exceeded my expectations. Here again, not only bringing in the subject matter expertise, but bringing in the change management skills and the people skills that every one of the SAMI consultants had. You know, it's a rare person in my mind that can be the subject matter expert, mentor, or coach, but then also be an effective coach, teacher, somebody that people are comfortable going to and asking questions of. And from that standpoint, there's no question Sammy brought in the subject matter expertise, but it was kind of a refreshing surprise to me that they brought in some very nice coaching and change management people skills to go along with that. So I think overall they exceeded my expectations. You know, I've used other consultants in the past. What I would notice is some people were top-notch, others were just along for the ride. I don't think Sammy has done that. I think you guys have been very selective about the kind of people that work for you, and I would say on average every person I have worked with at SAMI is pretty high caliber, so very competent people. I think you've got something that's unique to the industry, maybe even the whole business, and that is the way you look at your reliability triangle and then the strategy and tactics that go along with designing and implementing a maintenance improvement or reliability improvement program in a company. That is a big selling point for you guys. That's really what helped get your foot in the door in Shell, and really what has kept you around, because not only do you have the quality of people that it takes to do the design and implementation, but you've got a strategy and model and tactics that really work and are sustainable. Like I say, I've worked on several of these type of things using consultants before, and within a year or so, it's like the program never started. Like the consultants had never even come in. But here we are 3 years later, after having brought in the SAMI strategy and tactics, and we are not only still pursuing it, but it's become our culture. It's become the basis for our whole operational excellence improvement program. One of y'all's strength is the strategy and tactics for reliability improvements, but your other strength is the willingness of you folks to go out and work with the field folks. To me, that is the most important reason we've been able to effectively change the Shell culture, because not only did you work with the leadership here in the office to help provide the guidance and the direction that leadership needed to support and be able to provide to the field locations, but you've taken very competent people and actually put them in the field, either on a 5-2 basis in our onshore fields or 14-14 in the field. And I think that is a real strength, that you've got the kind of people that can go out and work with the field locations. And it's not like you're just coaching and mentoring. When you first get out there, you're elbow to elbow with our field folks, helping them do it. And then as time goes on and the field folks start getting those concepts, you guys start to back away and become more the coaches and mentors. But your willingness to get out there and work elbow to elbow and become one of the guys in the field helping with the overall cultural change and improvement effort is a real strength. Don't ever lose that.